And I just spilled oil all over my driveway. That's custom. Oh boy. Look at that. We got a garage spot. That doesn't happen very often. This car's never ever been in a garage, at least since I've owned it. So it's always kind of weird when I get it in here. But it was raining last night. There's an open spot, so I figured I'd snag in here real quick. And we're gonna go ahead and roll it outside and hopefully do some stuff to it. It's actually looking a little bit cleaner than normal. It was raining. Actually, I don't have windshield wipers, ironically enough. So I actually just coated the whole windshield and all the glass in Rain-X, and you can see how nice and clean the glass looks. Rain-X actually does work if you don't have wipers, if you're curious. But let's go ahead and roll it outside and show you guys what we're gonna do today. Alright guys, so today we're going to be working on this thing again. And I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering where we're putting the motor together for the F100. I just actually got the oil pan, the girdle, and all like the bottom end stuff, so we can actually start assembling the short block minus the cam. I have school pretty much Monday to Thursday all day, so that'll be something we can do at night. So I have daytime now. I'm going to work outside on a car. So one of these night times when I come back from school, I'll stay in the garage pretty late and I'll put the motor together. So expect in the next week or so, we'll start assembling the short block. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and start working on my actual daily and give it a heater because it was raining and it was freezing. So I've talked about it a lot. We have this little piece right here, if I can find it. So this is our basically heater core restrictor. I think it says it on it. You guys can read it right there. But basically this is a little check valve thing that goes in line with the heater hoses, which I also have. But right now, basically the two heater hoses that go along the top of the motor, they're just looped into each other. They're both supposed to go in and out of the heater core. So all we're gonna do, swap the lines on the end, throw this guy in. We should have a working heater. I also have the line that goes from the back of our AC compressor over to our, I believe it's the accumulator or the dryer, one of the two. Then we can make that thing work too. So I'm gonna try to get all those two hooked up to where all we have to do is go get the AC charged. No promises, so I don't know, we'll see where we get. Before we dive into the Foxbody, we're gonna go ahead and give ourselves a little energy boost with this one bottle of water. Check this out. So if you're anything like me, maybe getting up in the morning, you might want to go grab a coffee, go to Starbucks, go to Dunkin', maybe go grab an energy drink, and that all adds up. It gets really expensive over time. If you'll notice, maybe you're buying one every single day. That's $3 to $4 an energy drink a day. You know, that adds up a lot. That's over a tank of gas a week you're spending on just energy drinks that are actually really bad for you. So I was very much like that a lot, getting energy drinks every single day, and what I came across is a supplement called Gamer SUPPS. Now what this stuff is, it comes in a bunch of different flavors, and basically what it is a powdered energy supplement that you can basically mix into a bottle of water for no money at all. And so what this stuff is, this stuff comes in a variety of different flavors. It's got nootropics, stay focused, antioxidants, it's sugar-free, comes in a variety of different flavors. As you can see, we have strawberry right here, blue raz right here, watermelon ice right here, sour apple, some dragon fruit punch, that one's probably pretty dang good, and some pineapple if you're feeling frisky. So the one most important thing to consider is serving size. Now these smaller ones you'll get around 60 servings, and the larger ones you can get as many as 100 servings out of one of these totes. And you guys can do the math. If you're spending $5 a day on an energy drink and a candy bar at the store, this will save you so much money because these are only a few cents to make each drink you do, because it only takes a bottle of water and one little tiny scoop out of this thing. And for anything like me, you want to save some money on stuff you spend on every single day to save for some more important projects you'll probably never finish. And so what Gamer SUPPS actually has is these free sample packs that you can go on their website and you can try it. So we're not trying to sell you something you're not going to like. You can literally go on their website, pick the sample packs, and get the flavors that you want to try. Enter my code Craig, and that'll get you free international shipping across the country. You don't even have to put any payment information in. You can get this stuff literally for free, shipped to your door, and try it. Just try it. That's all I recommend. I gave it to Sean. He drank like 3 Red Bulls a day. I gave him one of these drinks, and now he uses it all the time. So go down and click the link in my description, enter code Craig, get yourself some sample packs. It's literally free to try out. Try it for yourself. You'll definitely save some money and see if you like it. There's a bunch of different flavors to choose from, so you can figure out what best fits you. Then you can go ahead and order that tote so you guys can have it every single morning when you wake up. And I just wanted to give a massive thank you to Gamer SUPPS for working with me on today's video, and let's get back into it. So you can kind of see basically what we got going on here. That hose in the back, kind of right over here, it's just basically routed in a U. It's super hard for me to film this, so I apologize for the kind of bunk angle. What I'm going to do is go ahead and pop that thing off, and then we have one hose that goes in, one hose that comes out, and then I'll throw the restrictor in, and we should be good. Alright, so we have our new hose. All we're going to do is take this little restrictor. It's already got like a beveled edge on it, so all you have to do is push it in like so, and that's pretty much it. We'll shove it in a little bit more, and then it'll slip over and clamp over like normal. This one will go on the one side down to the bottom rail, and this will work perfectly. So we're gonna go and throw these in. Alrighty, we got our new hoses in there. That was a little bit tricky. You can see they're kind of around each other. That's pretty much how it's supposed to be. So in theory, once I get some hot air or hot coolant actually in the heater core, flip the blower motor on, I should actually have hot air in this car. Which is so sick to say, because my daily driver doesn't have heat, doesn't have AC. So we're making one of those work today, and then I have all the stuff to make the AC work. I'll just have to go get it charged, but I'll go ahead and fire it up because I need to do an oil change anyways. All right, I can feel there's some pressure. It's obviously not warm yet, but it's got some warm air. That's good. It's getting there. All right, so we're about 160 right now. I know you guys can't obviously feel it. My blend door isn't hooked up, so I can only get the defrost. That's the one that it sticks on, but it does work. I know you guys just take my word for it. It actually is nice and hot now, which is cool. I have one thing that works. Now I just gotta get the blend door so I can actually make it come out of the vents, and we'll have a totally good heater. I'm stoked. Alrighty guys, well we officially have a heater that works. Fan's doing good. This thing actually, being it has technically a secondary radiator with a heater core, we actually, sitting in my driveway about 75, it's probably about 78 degrees out today, got down to 165. It normally sits at the 180s where it sits idling, and it got down to 165 adding that secondary rad in. So it's actually pretty cool. I actually have to turn the fan off when it's just sitting in place, which is really impressive. So the radiator's working good, the heater's working good. Now we got to change the oil. And the one thing I noticed when I was walking around the car this morning is this tire was a little bit low. It's a drag radial, so it's got a very flat sidewall and it's kind of stretched. And then I came around to try to figure out why it keeps getting low pretty much every morning. And I come out to find that little guy right there. Big sad, big sad. So that's a piece of metal. I don't know what it is, but something. So now we're gonna have to make a trip down to Meltdown Tires at JBA and have them pull that and put a plug in it. It's a very slow leak. It goes down like 5 PSI a day. So I gotta go get that taken care of so I don't have to keep putting air in it all the time. I haven't changed the oil in this thing in a while, so I figured it's definitely time. You probably noticed in that revving clip that it actually does burn a little bit on D-cell. It might be rings, or on D-cell, the top end's gonna create a vacuum and suck pressure inward. So the other thing we were thinking would be the valve stem seals, but I don't know, you guys can let me know. Not quite sure what it is. I'm open to suggestions. So you unthread this thing until you hear it click, just where it's skipping threads. There, right there. And then just pull straight back. Yeah, stuff's dark. Barely any came out too, that's cool. Getting a filter off now, and luckily I could get it off by hand, which is a good thing. Oh, there's oil over my driveway. Why did I do that? The good thing is the last oil change out an FL1A motocross filter, so it's a good filter. Oh, now I just spilled oil all over my driveway. That's custom. Alright, so this time around I'm going to be using some AMSOIL stuff. I haven't tried it, so I've been hearing this is way better. The AMSOIL stuff is kind of more top of the line, so I don't know. I just figured I want to try it, so. Alright, well, it's all oil changed up. The weird thing is this thing only took 4 quarts, which was kind of weird, and then it was over full. The capacity from factory says 5. So I know this motor's been rebuilt, but I'm not sure if they changed the pan or the dipstick, but I do have significantly more oil pressure, most likely because the crank is swimming in oil, but I'm not really sure why it only took 4 quarts, and that's with the filter. So I do have an extra quart if it does get low, but just kind of weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this oil mess with this stuff. So I'm gonna show you guys, if you have a messy driveway, how to clean it. You can grab this stuff at O'Reilly's. It's just a generic, concentrate, and you can take that and throw it in a spray bottle. What you'll do is you'll literally just spray it on the floor, spray it over everything. This stuff's very acidic, so you're gonna want to make sure not to breathe it in. You ever order a bunch of stuff and completely forget what you ordered? Yeah, I do that a lot. Your brakes suck. But I know that these are the upper window trim pieces that look like crap, so I'll finally change those. This is the last piece of our AC that I was missing. I don't know why. Oh wow, I can hang it, look at that. I got trim black and I don't know why. What could I have possibly got this from? Oh, lower windshield moldings. Mine are junk. Paper. It says hardwire. It's missing the E at the end. Okay. Don't know what this is. Woo! I have no clue what this is. Oh, that's the hardware kit for the header panel. Those are the big rivets. Ah, I think you guys already know what that is. This is the lower door piece, trim piece. That's all paint chipped and look like crap. Some more hardwire. A lot of stuff in here. I tell you, man, every time I try to film a video, every single time I try to film a video. Wow, this is a really heavy box too. What's in here? Some molding, I guess? Why did I buy all this stuff? I don't even know. Alright, whatever. So I got that. There's more. And there's more. And then this looks important. I don't know what this is. So really, this is just an exterior trim kit. So from LMR, you can basically buy everything that goes around, minus the quarter windows. I haven't gone there yet. We're mostly focusing on this stuff. So I bought these guys because these are bad. And then I got this guy right here, because that one sucks. This guy is all oxidized, so I have a new one of these. I have the new panel that goes over this. However, we're gonna repair this before that goes on, so it's not gonna be in this video. I'm gonna have a specific video covering the cowl, because I know it's an interesting one, and it's definitely challenging, but I think I can fix it with the amount of metal work I've done. And then I also have a paint pen to go ahead and touch up all these little chips, try to fix that. And then we're actually going to paint the front clip, but that'll also be in a separate video. So to work with this one, we're going to focus on actually changing this stuff out. I have no idea how to do it, so I'm hoping, I doubt it, but I was hoping that there's actually fasteners up here that I can pop off, which I just feel clips. So I think I just have to pop this off, pull it, but I don't know. I'll let you know. Oh, here's one. So I'm hoping it's just a bunch of those, and then I can just literally just straight swap it. And similarly with this, but I'll get back to you guys on that one. I've seen you guys in my comments at almost every single video with this car. The front end looks like crap and the window trim looks horrible. I get that. This is not necessarily something that I wanted to do in sections. I would rather have done it all in one shot, done the cowl, the front clip, and all the window trim in one big project. But unfortunately with school and me daily driving the car, that's not really much of an option. So what I have here is a replacement window trim piece. It's basically an exterior kit from LMR.com. I basically offer it to where all you have to do, it comes in one big package, and you can basically do most of the window trim molding besides the quarter windows, which we'll have our own video on. I have a way I'm gonna fix those, so that should be pretty interesting. But it seems like for the most part, the way we'll reseal these things is just the one front screw, and then it looks like it just clips in. As you can see inside here, it has these little clip guys. Okay, after literally like a half an hour, this thing's finally in. I don't know why, but this thing was insanely difficult for me to put in. All the way to the point to where I literally chipped the paint. Not like it matters. See that fat chip right there? It chipped the paint once I finally got it on. The way this thing clips on, it's kind of funky to deal with. And if anything's not really fitting the way it wants, it'll bend all sorts of weird ways. So I kept having it kink when it came up to this area. It kept folding over itself, and it was incredibly irritating. So yeah, I gave it like a 2 out of 10 in install. It sucked. It was really, really difficult. Way more difficult than it should have been. That's why it pissed me off so much. But yeah, it's in. It looks decent. It's better than it did. Kind of bugs me how it's not actually black. It's like gray. Because it's like this rubber polymer material, but it looks better than it did. So I'm gonna go and do the other side. I'll pick it back up when it's light out and we can see. All right, so we got our window filled in. That's actually a little more tricky. So if you guys are maybe it's your first time dealing with a door, just know once you get down into this actual window channel area, you're gonna have to loosen this top bolt. There's another one over here, and actually slide the rail over and get behind this gear and actually fish it in there. I found the best thing to use is either these Harbor Freight little trim tools that you can get for a couple bucks, or if you guys have an actual paint mixing stick, which you guys can see right here, that's the other thing that's pretty good. It gives you a long reach, you can get in through and kind of fish it down there. But you can see it's in. It's pretty good. It's kind of a little buckly right there. I don't know why it's kind of sitting like that. You can kind of see it's not quite perfect, but when the window's up and the mirror's on, you won't really notice it. Over here looks really good, so I'm pretty happy with that. There's also a separate piece, so there's two pieces here. It's actually three. So there's a door frame right here. See if I can get my exposure up because my car's black. So you can see there's a door frame, there's a trim piece, and then there's the rubber right in the inside. So I didn't have to change that because my car was painted. However, ironically, it's black. If you guys don't have a black car, that might not be in as nice of a condition. Normally these are painted, these are actually normally black, but ironically when my car was painted, they were sprayed with the car. So I did not have to change these. You guys might. So if you're gonna do all this work, make sure you check these out before you start ordering stuff. If you need to change them, go ahead and do so. So now you can see we pretty much got the upper one done on the actual window channel. Now we just have to do our lower trims and felt, put the mirror back on, and we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and reassemble this whole side, get the other side done, and come back when this was all buttoned up and this mess is cleaned up. Alrighty guys, well we're finally done with a little window trim install here. You can see how much better that looks. You can actually see the correct comparison because this actually looked the same right there as well as up there as the quarter window. Now, like I said, we're gonna have our own video on that, but I just want to focus on the window trim itself right now. It looks really good. I'm happy with it. I guess in terms of like quality, I give it like a 4 out of 5. In terms of like difficulty to install, it does take probably about 3 or 4 hours to do both sides because you have to take the door pretty far apart on both sides to be able to get the window felt all the way down to like here. So keep that in mind when you're doing it. But it's definitely worth the outcome. Looks really good. I went ahead and shined this side of the car up, and you can see that's actually all the old felt on the floor, as well as this old door belt molding right here. So this is actually what we started with. Big difference, and now we have that. So it's well worth it. It is kind of a lighter, it looks like it on camera. It is kind of this like grayish, dark gray color. It's not quite black, but it is a rubber material, so I'm expecting that. I wouldn't recommend painting over it unless you use a trim paint, otherwise it's gonna crack. That was, I think, the problem that happened here, is they painted it with the car and it flexed and cracked and broke a bunch. So, but yeah, I went ahead and I waxed the car up. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning it, clean up around the car, but I wanted to end this video before I lost all my light, considering the sun just went behind the mountain. So that being said, I hope you guys went on to enjoy today's video. If you did, please leave a like on the video. It would really mean a lot to me. Check out our merch at 909speedcompany.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video with the Foxbody. Bye, guys.